class, we were discussing about chapter 3, that is from history, that is ancient civilizations of India. In that, we discussed about the Indus Valley civilization that flourished in the Indian subcontinent. So, you all know that Indus Valley civilization declined during the 1900 BC. So, with that, the first phase of urbanization in the Indian subcontinent came to an end. So, around the time the Indus civilization declined, new groups of people came into the Indian subcontinent from the northwest. Historians call these people the Aryans. So, today we are going to study about Vedic age. So, just now I told you new groups of people came from the northwest and historians call them as Aryans. So we have learnt almost everything that we know about the Aryans from their sacred religious books called the Vedas. So this period of Indian history is therefore also known as the Vedic period. So where did they come from? The Aryans are thought to have originated in the areas surrounding the Caspian Sea in southern Russia. So in this slide you can see the Caspian Sea, and usually it is believed that they were in this place. Then they were basically pastoralists. Pastoralist means people who kept cattle. They used to keep cattle with them. So when the pasture land became scarce in their homeland, they felt the shortage of pasture land. It was difficult for their cattle to get food. They were in search of some new place. So they left their homeland in search of fresh pastures for their cattle. Some groups went westwards towards Europe and some through Persia and Afghanistan. They moved to India. So now we need to study about those Aryans who came to the Indian subcontinent. It is believed that the Aryans brought with them the horse and the horse-drawn chariot. These two things were not, they were relatively unknown in the Indian subcontinent. So they are also believed to have brought the use of iron into India. Hence, their arrival marks the beginning of the Iron Age in northern India. So, with the Aryans, Vedic culture started in our country. So, what is the evidence for their culture and their life? As I already told you, whatever the knowledge we have on Aryans is mainly from the Vedas. So, Vedas are the religious books of Aryans. So, then what are Vedas? Let us know about Vedas. So, Vedic scriptures are the spiritual literature of the ancient Indian culture which have written in the Sanskrit language. So, Vedas are mainly the compilation of nature worship, yaga and process of yagas and the black magic. So, in Vedas, we can see the procedures for nature worship, then procedures for yaga, and all about yagas and black magic. So these are also called as Samhite. Then there are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda. Rig Veda is the oldest Veda. So on the basis of Vedas, we divide the Vedic period into 2 parts. That is beginning Vedic period and the post-Vedic period. So beginning Vedic period is also known as Rigveda period. Post-Vedic period is known as post-Rigveda period. So Vedic period is from 1500 BCE to 700 BCE. So the Rig Veda period is 1500 to 1000 BCE. It is Rig Veda period was almost 500 years. Then post Vedic period was from 1000 BCE to 700 BCE. Now let us know about Rig Veda period. Rig Veda period means that is the beginning Vedic period. So how was the lifestyle? We will discuss about the life of people, social system, political system, then about their religious system. All these we will discuss in Rig Veda period. So Rig Veda, as I told you, is the oldest Veda. So by studying this, we get the knowledge of Rig Veda period. So Rig Veda is the first among all the Vedas. Rig Veda has 1028 suktas. Suktas means prayer songs. 1028, and they are grouped under 10 mandalas. And all these suktas or prayer songs were not compiled in a single time. It took 500 years. So historians are of the opinion that there was a gap of 500 years between the initial, and that is from the first text and the last text of Rig Veda. Then the language which is used in Rig Veda, it belongs to Indo-European family of languages. Then in Rig Veda, it mentions the geography. That means in Rig Veda, the geography which is discussed, it extends from Afghanistan's Hindu Kush mountain. I'll show you the picture. Afghanistan's Hindu Kush mountain. Here you can see Hindu Kush mountain to Doab of Ganga and Yamuna rivers. So what is it? What is Doab? Doab is the area between two rivers. So that is towards the western part of present Uttar Pradesh state and from Kashmir to Sindh in the northern boundaries. Yes. Then let us know about the social system. So when the Aryans entered India, at that time they had three communities. One is aristocracy, then priestly class and the common people. At that time there was no caste system. Caste system was not emerged during the time of their entry. Then later what happens? Later the caste system takes its birth. So according to the Purusha Sukta, so we get the picture of the emerging social system in the Purusha Sukta that appears in the 10th mandala of Rig Veda, probably during 1000 BCE. So according to this, the god created Adipurusha, whose mouth became Brahmans, shoulders became Kshatriyas, thighs became Vaishyas, and Shudras were born from his feet. So thus, an effort was made to provide divine and mythical background to the birth of caste. So even today we don't know. We have caste system. Caste system is deeply rooted in our country, but by studying Rig Veda, we get the background for caste system. That is, it gives the mythological as well as a divine background. So from Adipurusha's mouth became Brahmanas, then shoulders became Kshatriyas, thighs became Vaishyas, and Shudras were born from his feet. But there is no mention of the word Varna in Rig Veda. So in the later Vedas, the word Varna appears. Then the fourth Varna, that is Shudra, it comes during the last stage of Rig Veda. So the local tribal groups such as Dasyu, Pani and Dasa form this Shudra Varna. Shudra Varna, the local tribes who were there in the already there, the local people who are already there in that in our country, they constitute the Shudra group, that is Dasyu, Pani and Dasu. Then the patriarchal family was the main social unit. So patriarchal family where the father is the head of the family. Let us know about their economic system. So in Rigveda period, animal husbandry was in practice. So you already know they were actually they used to keep cattle. So animal husbandry was already in practice because the Aryans basically pastoralists, isn't it? So they thought cows, horses, camels, sheep as wealth. So at present we give more importance to money, we give importance to land, we give importance to gold, diamond, we call them as wealth. But in that period, cow was their main asset, and including horses, camels, sheep. So these were their main assets. And many battles and invasions took place to for the cattle. So got it, children? So the Aryans during the Rigveda period, cows and horses, camels, sheep were their main wealth. Even land was considered to be a part of their wealth. Then they were not having the knowledge of iron in Rigveda period. Okay? Then they had the knowledge of agriculture. These people during the Rigveda period knew weaving, then they knew about carpentry. So these professional skills they were aware of. Okay. So though they had no knowledge of usage of iron, but they were using some mature and processed plants as charcoal to melt metals. Then I told you they had the knowledge of weaving and carpentry. Then we'll come to agriculture. In Rigveda period, the cultivable land was called as Kshetra, and the cultivation was called as Krishi. Even today, we call cultivation, we use the word Krushi, isn't it? So, Krushi was the cultivation. So, cultivable land was known as Kshetra. You might have heard the word Krushi Kshetra. Krushi Kshetra is nothing but cultivable land. Kshetra is the cultivable land where the cultivation, where we can do the cultivation. So the usage of Kshetra and Krushi, the words were in Rigveda period only. So this is about the economic system. So they used to grow even barley at that time. Let's know about their political system. So in Rigveda period, there is a reference to Grama. Grama means village. So Rajan or Raja was the head of the tribes. In that period, Rajan, head of the tribe, was called as Raja or Rajan. Then some tribal people, some tribes had more than one Rajan too. And the Rajan position was hereditary. Then we can give examples of Trakshi of Puru clan. There is an error here. Please ignore clan typed twice. So Sudhas of Bharata clan are example for Rajan. the position was hereditary. Then it was very common that invasion and suppression of non-Aryan tribes in that period. So non-Aryans include Dasyu, Pani, and Aryans used to invade on them and they used to suppress Dasyus and Pani. So Sabha and Samiti were also there. What was Sabha? Sabha was the assembly of common people. So assembly of common people was also there and that was called as Sabha or Samiti. The people who used to rule were called as Kashatra. So ruling people were called as Kashatra and soldiers were called Yodha. So usually kings and rich people had more power in the society. As I already told you, cattle were considered as the wealth. So many invasions and conflicts took place mainly for cattle. So this is about the political system